I died. I don't know if it was this week or last week. I've lost track of the weeks now. One of our fucking intros, I listened to it, and let me tell you, it was like 2 seconds long. But we're just like, and then
We
we
sound
roll
like,
in into our like amazing intro. Thank you, Kyle Head.
thank you.
We sound like fucking idiots, but I listened to it 20 times.
We sound like Sesame Street characters.
Yes.
I love
And
that for us.
it was funny because I sent a snippet to my friend Audrey. Hi, Audrey.
Hi,
And I was
Audrey.
like, you know, you found your best friend when you listen to something 20 times because it makes you smile like an idiot. And she's like, tell me you grew up watching the Muppets without telling me you grew up watching the Muppets. And I was like, yeah, see, I didn't. And she goes, you're
I
just like
didn't.
that in real
I
life.
didn't either. Yeah.
Oh, even better!
Oddities. Stay strange.
It's just, it's just our natural joie de vivre, if you will. Wow.
Welcome back
You
to
know,
Oddities.
I've always strived to be a Muppet, so yeah. Welcome back to Oddities. Welcome back to Strange Town. I'm Cassie.
I'm Kelly.
Oh, I said welcome back to Strange Town too early, so welcome back again to Strange Town. We're so happy you're here. As per usual, friends, Romans, countrymen, we have all of our information in the description. And that contains a variety of items. Our
It
social
contains
media,
all the items.
all the fucking things you could possibly think of that any successful podcast would require. We have it. We have, we
You
have,
want it? We got it.
we got it. It's the social media, it's our email, it's our website. We have a Patreon. Please support our show. We have a merch shop. We also have a YouTube channel now, kids. So if listening on one of these, all of the streaming platforms is just too much of a pain in the ass, you can also find us on YouTube. You won't see us, but you can hear us. We're mysterious like that.
Do 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 do.
You can also, on a fun little adventure, go back in time and find the person that told us he couldn't stand our 13-minute intros.
Are you still listening?
Are you still there?
Hello?
Are you there, God? It's me. Oddities. So, all that fun shit aside, if anybody feels spicy and brave enough to send us a personal story, we need one more to get one more episode for this year. We'd love to see it. We'd love to hear it. Nothing's too big or too small, tiny.
And just a fun reminder, this listener's episode will have my personal episode or
Her
entry in it.
personal episode. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Look how much
Yours
gel I
truly.
put on my hair today.
That could kill somebody. Stat. Shh.
Stick straight out. I gotta scrunch out the crunch once it's dry. So, kids, don't be shy. We're
Share
not gonna
your
make fun of you. We
traumas.
we only make fun of the Warrens.
Facts.
Good old Eddie and Lorraine. I wa I watched The Conjuring with my family the other night, and of course my mom. I think I talked about this. She called us every name under the sun because she does
Yep.
that when we watch horror films. But then, like 10 minutes in, she was like, "Is this about that couple that you guys roast all the time?" And I was like, "Yeah, partially." So, anywho,
Oh,
that was fun.
mom.
So how's my bestie? Not concussed, but we banged the heady.
Yep. Bestie's good. Bestie's thrilled to be here. Bestie showed the kiddos Matilda.
Oh, great movie. I used to
They
love
loved it.
Matilda.
And I was so thrilled that they loved it. I
It's a good
was
ass
like
movie.
it was a good parent moment for me.
Yeah, I strive to be Miss Honey though because she's a vibe and I love her outfits the whole movie.
Yeah. You know what's really sad about watching childhood movies, though, when you're an adult?
What?
You realize how effed up those movies are.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, all of them are so dark. Well, Matilda was a Roald Dahl book, and so he was like
Yeah.
his shit was dark a lot of the time, I feel like. So, you
It's
know.
just like you're a kid and you don't see that, wow, child abuse.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then
You
you watch
know,
it as an adult and you're like, I fucking hate these people.
you're like, but you're an adult now and you're like, it's just like, it's jarring. It's
Yeah,
like,
it is
whoa.
jarring.
So, yeah.
Can I
But my
ask you
kids,
what? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
what, no, what do you want to ask about my little friend here?
Yeah, what's sitting on top of your cup? Is it a pig?
No,
Oh no, what,
it's a
it's a little
triceratops.
triceratops. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm glad they liked Matilda.
um, so that was a highlight, but
Hmm.
it yeah, smacked the crap out of my head this week, which I'm not concussed, but I have had some serious brain fog because it's just left me with a like long lasting headache.
I feel like that's not normal. Like, I feel like you might still be concussed.
Right? It's probably not normal, but also I deal with chronic migraines, so
That's
maybe
true.
it is
That's
normal.
true. So maybe for you it is normal, yeah.
But c'est la vie. So
Cest la veste.
so I just love that you keep picking up your
I want to see
hair.
if more pieces will stick out straight or if it's just that one. But it's
You're
just the one
killing
right
me.
now. Well,
Uh,
yeah, so that's a tragedy in and of itself. Your noggin.
um, One of my favorite moments this week is I know that you had like the world's longest week because your phone was glued to your ear,
It was
thanks
literally so bad. Yeah.
to the millions of phone calls you had. So like purposely yesterday, when I was telling you that we were getting different internet, I purposely was trying to sound as obnoxious as possible,
I picked up on it.
and it worked. And
It
I'm
worked.
glad that it made you laugh.
Thank you for doing that. Yes. Yes, this was a trying week. It was just so many meetings at work, so many calls, so brutal. Most of which, of course, as per usual, could have in fact been an email, but alas,
Nope, they just wanted to hear your beautiful voice.
here we be.
I need to
Yeah.
know, when you're on these phone calls, are there times where you hit mute and yell at them?
I yes. So my meeting etiquette is I stay on mute until I absolutely humanly have to say something because there is so much sighing and so much just whatever on my end that I'm like, they're gonna think that like something really gnarly is going on. Now, unfortunately, this company is very camera happy, so I am on camera a lot of the times.
Oh, son of a
So
bitch.
there's only so much I can get away with. What I've started to do is I have a pad of paper that I keep near me, and I just draw very hard on the pad of paper, like
Good.
scribbles. So yeah,
Damn, because I don't know if I could control my face.
it's well, I think I could do well in Vegas at this point because of this job, I've developed quite the poker face.
Well,
You
could
know,
find
we
out
just,
during Halloween.
yeah, indeed. So that's there's another one now. Is this like the ducks thing?
Michael has a bunch of trinkets on his desk, so now I'm just like,
So what's this? What is that? Oh, it's a
it's a
turtle.
turtle.
Okay, so they're all just gonna hang out on your cool cup. That's cool. So yeah, anywho, that's my from my side of the equation. It was just that, and today's date day. So I'm looking forward to
I'm
that.
stoked for your date day.
I can't wait to see what we blow some money on. I'm
I
pumped.
can't wait to see what you blow some money on.
Even if we just end up window shopping the whole time. The music store could end up being dangerous because both of my guitars are very, very old at this point, and I don't know that I really want to keep them. So like
Fair.
I might start having a conversation with them about selling and whatever. See what we can work out. I just flung my cloud across the room accidentally, but I'm here.
Hilarious. I was like, what
I'm
is
he-
that?
I'm
Um,
here.
I want, first off, this is why I can't just spend a weekend at your house.
Okay.
Because you keep bringing up the Celtic store.
Ah, yes. We have to go for a full English breakfast.
So I want to go there. But then, like, you bring up this all you can eat sushi. You bring up all these, like, amazing little
It's just food.
places
Yeah.
that I'm like, I just want to go. I want to go see all these things
It's a
and
fun
do all the
place to
things.
be. We
Sounds
could go to
magical.
Hershey Park too.
Chocolate.
Yeah, we can go on the Chocolate World ride and they pipe in chocolate smell and
Do
like
you want to know where I first learned about Hershey Park? This
no.
is
I mean
so
I mean yes, I
embarrassing.
do want to know. Yeah,
This is so stupid embarrassing.
good.
But the first time I ever learned about Hershey Park and its existence was fucking John and Kate plus 8.
That's okay. It's okay.
I wish the listeners could see your face.
That was the statement that I arrived at. That's okay. Well, do have this really cool roller coaster at Hershey. It's a wooden roller coaster, but it's two that run simultaneously and they race.
Ah,
It's like the Cars ride
I was
at
about to say that.
Disney. Yeah, so that one's a lot of fun. Big fan of that one. They do Hershey Park After
Chocolate.
Dark at Halloween.
Chocolate. Sorry.
Chocolates! What are they selling? Chocolates, ma! So, yeah,
God, I love
that's from
that.
SpongeBob. Okay, all right. I hope.
That's where I was. Okay.
Okay, all right,
I'm
good.
glad that you took off from where. Oh my god.
Wow. Look at us just picking up what the others putting down all day long.
We're having a good lot of bestie moments today, and it's really
Fantastic.
just making it. You're fueling my social battery,
Consider yourself blessed and you're welcome.
and I appreciate you for that.
You're
See, I'm
fueling
pointing over
mine.
here, but I'm pointing at your face. My camera's just up there.
Wow, so much to think about.
But
Crazy.
and that's important because I have a birthday party to go to today, but you know.
Maybe you'll end up really enjoying yourself.
No, I'm
And
excited. I'm
tall one
excited
will enjoy himself. So,
because Tallboy will enjoy himself. He's very excited. He calls this boy his best friend. So this is exciting.
well, I hope he's not a putz in real life. I hope it all works out.
You know what? No, I don't think he is because so like I said, he was in class with Tallboy.
Yeah.
He was always very well behaved.
Okay.
Unlike the other students, you can see them jumping around and stuff. This one was always well behaved. Always like it seemed very and he was always very polite to Tallboy. And
Okay.
Tallboy was always polite to him. So like clearly there's excitement
Okay,
there. So
we're like vibing, yeah.
yeah. So
Okay, so we're at our lucky 13 that half of the people hate us for, half the people love us for. Actually, I think it's more like a 70-30 split,
I was
honestly.
gonna say 80-20.
You know what? Yeah, let's go with that. Most people love it, so whatever. Anywho, should we get this party started? I think I started last week, did I not?
I don't know.
Okay, I talked about the faceless fish.
Uh-huh. No, I think you ended.
I think I ended. I'm gonna kick us off. Does
Yep,
that work
kick
for
us
you?
off. Yep.
It's still a rather aquatic episode for me.
Okay.
I'm continuing the trend. This is from Cousin Caitlin. Again, thank you, Cousin
Thank you,
Caitlin.
cousin Caitlin.
I'm talking about tardigrades.
Okie dokie then.
So, tardigrades, some know them as water bears. They have like a lot of names. Anyway, as you may know, they're these microscopic eight-legged animals. And they have, in fact, been to outer space, and they probably would have survived the apocalypse. We're talking
Wow.
small but mighty little dudes,
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So they also look like miniature, I mean, like really weirdly like deformed miniature bears. So around actually 1,300 species of tardigrades are found worldwide. I straight up thought there was just like the one brand of grade, tardigrade, one singular brand of it, but no, there's 1,300. They are considered aquatic because they require a thin layer of water around their bodies in order to prevent dehydration. Same. And they've also been observed in all kinds of environments, from the deep sea all the way over to sand dunes. So I guess like I don't know, maybe they're hanging out by like oases, oases. Doesn't
I like
matter.
oases.
I like that too. Okay, freshwater mosses and lichen are their preferred habitat, hence their nickname, the moss piglet.
A moth pit?
Piglet,
Piglet, okay.
like a baby pig, but in moss.
Stop.
So, despite looking squishy, they're actually covered in what's considered a very tough cuticle. What?
No, that's gross.
Similar to exoskeletons like
Ugh.
on grasshoppers, praying mantises, and other insects, to which they are distantly related. So, like those insects, tardigrades have the ability to shed their cuticles in order to grow, and they have 4 to 6 claws on each foot, which helps them cling to different plant matter, and a specialized mouth part called a bucopharyngeal apparatus, which allows them to suck nutrients from plants and microorganisms. Same.
Ugh. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies from this episode.
So they were actually first described by a German zoologist, Johann August Ephraim Goetze.
Good
I should
job.
say, let me say that all German though. Johann August Ephraim Goetze.
Good
Ja,
job.
thank you. In 1773, and he referred to them as Kleine Wasserbär, which means little water bear. And in 1777, there was an Italian biologist, hello to the motherland, Lazzaro Spallanzani. That sounds like a fake name. Lazzaro
Sounds like a.
Spallanzani.
It sounds like a made-up name, and it sounds like a made-up person.
It does. He named them tardigrada, which means
Tardigrada.
which means
Tardigrada.
tardigrada, which means slow steppers. They're not known to be fast little dudes. So they've been found in very diverse regions of our biosphere: mountaintops, deep sea, like I said, tropical rainforests, even the Antarctic. So I don't even know how they are got down there, but they're hanging out. So they are among the most resilient animals known, and individual species are able to survive very extreme conditions, such as exposure to extreme temperatures, extreme pressures, both high and low, air deprivation, radiation, dehydration, and starvation, that would quickly kill most other known forms of life. So they're just like, you know
Huh.
what? Aliens exist and it's tardigrades. Did we ever consider that?
Nope, and I'm not arguing now.
So they belong to an elite category of animals known as extremophiles. You also can have members of the bacterial kingdom in here, all that. And essentially, it's critters that can survive extreme environments that most others can't. So, for example, tardigrades can go up to 30 years without food or water, and they can live at temperatures as cold as absolute zero in the scientific world and above boiling. Um, at pressures 6 times that of the ocean's deepest trenches and in the vacuum of space.
That makes me uncomfortable.
That is so much that we're putting them through.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Although I guess naturally, like they're just like hanging out in some of these places too. So we're like, okay, I guess it's fine by you. So their resiliency is due in part to a special protein in their bodies. The protein is known as DSUP. It's short for damage suppressor, and it protects their DNA from being harmed by things like ionizing radiation, which is present in soil, water, and vegetation. And another amazing survival trick is something called cryptobiosis. And it's a state of inactivity triggered by a very dry environment. So they will squeeze all of the water out of their bodies, retract their heads and limbs, and roll up into a little ball, and they'll become dormant. And then, like when things improve, they just like unfurl themselves and they just like go about whatever they were doing.
Okay.
I mean, same. So naturally, they have very weird mating habits as well. I bet you
Tell
this
me
is not
more.
I bet you this is not how you pictured your Saturday morning. So, depending on the species, they might reproduce asexually or sexually. In some of them, males will deposit sperm inside the cuticle of a molting egg-carrying female during an hour-long mating process. And some females, I know,
Okay.
Okay. And in some, let's see, some females shed their cuticle and then lay their eggs inside of the shedded cuticle to be later fertilized by some male that just like comes by. They're like, I'm gonna leave this here when you have a moment. Like, just drop off your splooge. So the eggs take like 40 days to hatch. Or if they've been in like a desiccated state, they can go up to 90 days. They are the first known animal to survive after just exposure to the outer space. So September of 2007, they were like, here's an idea. Let's take dehydrated tardigrades into low Earth orbit on the Photon M3 mission. It carried the Biopan astrobiology payload, and for 10 days, groups of tardigrades, some of them previously dehydrated, some of them not, but they were exposed to the hard vacuum of outer space, um, or vacuum and solar UV radiation. And back on Earth, more than 68% of the subjects were protected from solar UV radiation, and they were reanimated within 30 minutes following rehydration.
Okay.
I know. Though after that, subsequent mortality was high, a lot of them produced viable embryos. And so, in contrast, those hydrated samples exposed to the combined effect of vacuum and full solar UV radiation had significantly reduced survival, but three of them still made it. Which to me is still like
That's
fascinating that
impressive. Yeah.
anything survived. So it was found that the space vacuum did not have a significant effect on egg laying in two species that they brought along. But in a third species of them, exposed to UV radiation had a lower egg laying rate. In May of 2011, a bunch of Italian scientists sent the tardigrades on board the International Space Station, along with extremophiles on STS-134 and the final flight of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. And their conclusion was that microgravity and cosmic radiation did not significantly affect the survival of tardigrades in flight, and stated that tardigrades represent a useful animal for space research in particular. And in November of 2011, they were among the organisms to be sent to the US based Planetary Society on the Russian Phobos Grant mission's Living Interplanetary Flight Experiment. But the launch failed. Oops. So, tardigrades have been on Earth for about 600 million years, preceding the dinosaurs by about 400 million years.
Wow.
These are old ass beings. They were there's also an Israeli spacecraft called the Bereshit, and it was carrying thousands of tardigrades when it crash landed on the moon in April of 2019. Later experiments show, unfortunately, the animals probably died on impact, but I bet you if they had made it and they just like let them chill out on the moon, they probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the tardigrades.
Wow.
They're kind of
Wow.
cute. They're kind of cute and kind of freaky if you decide to Google them. Like,
Well, I'll have to for a cover photo, but
that's true, you will. So they're like kind of cute, kind of weird, but when you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's an alien. You'll see what I mean. You'll know.
wow.
So that's thank you, cousin Caitlin. That was fun. I knew about tardigrades going into this, but I didn't know that much about tardigrades going into this. So water bears.
Huh.
The more you
Water
know.
bears.
They're resilient little dudes. I love it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent job. Excellent topic.
Well, thank you, Bestie.
Well, after our 2 week streak of being somewhat on sync, we are not
We
on
no
sync
longer
anymore.
are. Oh, we've fallen out of step. Okay. What have we here?
The Straw Hat Riot of 1922.
Of course.
You remember it
Okay.
well.
I remember it well, like yesterday. Okay.
So, yes, I am talking about a very interesting riot of history. Because
This has to be American.
I'm stuck on very odd history right now, and I'm not
I
mad at it in any way, shape, or form.
love it. I live for odd history. So, yeah. All right. So tell me about the
So,
straw hats.
this was a riot that happened in New York at the end of
There it
summer
is. It
as
had to
a
be New
result.
York.
Yeah, as a result of unwritten rules in men's fashion at that time.
Oh.
So when you think of straw hats, you're thinking what?
Well, initially I was thinking like scarecrow energy.
Yeah, these are more fashionable. They're like straw and Panama hats, actually.
Are they like kind of the ones that the one guy wears in Mary Poppins when they're dancing with the
Yes,
penguins?
exactly. That was
Okay.
exactly the example I was going to use for you.
Stop, was it? Okay, all right,
Yes.
great.
Again, we're
Exciting.
having so many good bestie moments
Look
today.
at that.
So,
Okay.
straw hats appeared in the 19th century as a summertime wear,
Of course. Fashion.
usually in connection to summertime sporting events such as boating.
Sure, sure.
Soft Panama hats were likely derived of tropical attire, but they were worn as informal summertime attire. Okay, so this
Okay,
was.
what are we doing? We used to be so fucking classy. What
We were
happened to all
so
of us?
classy. We were so fashionable. We are in the
Oh,
like. I'm telling you, I
what
was
the
born in the
fuck?
wrong time.
I mean, don't get me wrong, because I love my loungewear, but
Yeah,
like, these people had it together to a degree.
they
Like,
really
what were
did.
we doing? Okay, all right.
By the early 20th century, straw, they were also called straw boaters because they were often worn on boats,
Sure.
were considered acceptable day attire in North American cities. In the height of summer, even businessmen were wearing them. But there was an unwritten rule that one was not supposed to wear straw hats past September 15th.
Oh, it's like don't wear white after Labor Day.
Yes.
Okay.
Which was known as Felt Hat Day. So past September 15th,
Oh.
you started wearing felt hats. Um,
Oh, back when
this
things
date,
actually started to cool down in September, before
yes,
climate
before,
change. Okay.
yes.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
This date was arbitrary. Earlier, it had been September 1st, but eventually the date had shifted to mid month. It was socially acceptable for brokers to destroy each other's hats due to the fact that they were companions, but not acceptable for total strangers. You know,
Only stockbrokers.
only your bros.
Wow, that's interesting. How did they destroy them? Did they like light them on fire? Because that's where
They
my
would
mind went.
they would take them off your head, and stomp on them. And
All right.
not just stockbrokers. This is like anybody could do it, but not just like, so say you and me, if we were wearing a
We
hat,
could fuck up
I
each
could
other's
come.
hats.
Yes, but you couldn't go up to a total stranger, take off their hat, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it.
I mean, fair,
Does that
because
make
that's
sense?
just
Because that'd be
grounds for
so
getting your ass
rude.
handed to you. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't know why though, in my mind, for destroying it, I went straight to arson. I was like, yeah, they're pulling them off and they're lighting them on fire.
Violence.
Burn. Okay.
Um, if a man was seen wearing a straw hat, he was at minimum subject. He was accepting ridicule from others because it would pass that date, right?
They're like, you're
Um,
asking for it. Okay.
and it was a tradition for youths to knock straw hats off of wearers' heads and stomp on them. This tradition became well established, and newspapers of the day would often warn people of the impending approach of the 15th, when men would have to switch to felt or silk hats.
Or silk hats.
Yeah, see,
Wow.
again,
Oh,
fashion.
options in the fall. Okay, very cool.
Again, hat bashing was only acceptable after September 15th. But there were multiple occasions leading up to the date where police had to intervene and stop teenagers.
Oh my God, hooligans. Okay.
So, the riot. The riot itself began on September 13th, 1922, 2 days before the supposed unspoken date.
The date of dates. Okay, right. Okay,
Right?
I'm following.
When a group of youths decided to get an early jump on the tradition, this group began in the formal Mulberry Bend, the area of Manhattan, by removing and stomping hats worn by factory workers who were employed in the area. And the stomping turned into a brawl, and then the youths tried to stomp on a group of dock workers' hats. The dock workers, they fought back.
Yeah, they're like, no, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
The brawl soon stopped traffic on the Manhattan Bridge and was eventually broken up by police, leading to some arrests. Although the initial brawl was broken up by police, the fights continued to escalate the next evening. Gangs of teenagers prowled the streets, wielding large sticks, sometimes with a nail driven through them.
Oh.
At the top for hooking hats, looking for
Oh.
pedestrians wearing straw hats, and beating those who resisted. One man claimed that his hat was taken, and the group had taken his hat and joined the mob of about 1,000 and snatching hats along Amsterdam Avenue.
Wow.
Yeah, like this became like a big freaking deal
I
over
don't under
hats.
Yeah, like I don't understand why why they felt so strongly about this.
Yes, several men were hospitalized from the beatings, and they received after resisting having their hats taken, and many arrests were made. Police were slow to respond to the riots, although several off-duty police officers found themselves caught up in the brawl when rioters attempted to snatch their hats.
And they were like, "Hell no. Don't
Yeah.
touch my hat."
Two or three boys were accosted by pedestrians who said their straw hats had been taken and smashed. The boys were arrested for smashing hats.
Sure. Like you do.
The aftermath of this, many of those were taken to court following the arrest related to the hat snatching frenzy, opted to be fined rather than serve jail time.
Okay, fair.
The longest recorded time of one of the teens was sent to jail for 3 days, served by the name is A. Silverman, who was sentenced by one of the judges for hatting during night court.
What? What is
In one
night
incident, a
court?
group of boys, I don't know.
We just don't know. Okay.
Yeah. I think maybe it was, what my understanding is, I don't know actually.
Okay. Well, thanks to my fairy smut that I've been reading, there's a thing called the night court, and I was like, my mind went straight there. I was like, there it is. They're hanging out
There
at
it
the
is.
night court. Yeah.
In one incident, a group of boys armed with sticks attacked people near 109 Street. Seven youths brought to East 104th Street police station under 15 were not arrested. Their parents were summoned to administer corporal punishment.
Oh, okay.
After the station dealt with the original riot, all stations were told to keep an eye out for hat snatching teenagers. To have seen around 1,000 teenagers in a mob roaming around Amsterdam Avenue, one victim, Harry Gerber, was kicked so badly he had to be hospitalized.
Jesus.
The tradition of hat smashing continued for some time after the riots of 1922 into 1924, and a man was murdered for wearing a straw hat.
Oh my God. Talk
Yeah.
about holy cow, flying off the fucking handle. Okay.
The activity died out is probably connected with the disappearance of the tradition of the seasonal switch from straw hats to felt hats. While Panama hats remained in fashion during the 1930s, the straw hat became less fashionable. Straw hats for men continued to be manufactured, but they were more similar hats such as Panama hats in the shape. By the 1950s, the classic straw hat or straw boater was virtually extinct as a garment, except for specialized circumstances such as uniform of certain English public schools or universities and college sportswear. And that
College
is,
sportswear.
I know, right?
Okay.
And that is the straw hat riot.
It's actually really sad.
It is really sad that someone
It's
died
like,
over this.
yeah, this is like far more violent than I would have
And
expected.
and like, what is it that you had against hats
Like, yeah,
that
like,
you
I mean, what, like, why would
and
that,
and I don't know if maybe the teenagers didn't wear hats and they just wanted to participate in it. I don't know if
I
I
think they
I
just,
don't. There's some
like,
angst there though.
yeah, yeah, I'll say that seeing that straw hat is that triggering. Like, what
But
are we,
damn,
but what a time in fashion.
what a time in fashion indeed. The poster for straw and Panama hats for that time, it's a really cool poster.
Oh my God, is it? Should I look it up? What do I
Yeah.
look up? Just like,
Look up opening sale of the finest straw and Panama hats and see if it'll pop up the poster for you. It's a 1919 newspaper article.
Okay, let's see. No, it doesn't. It's just a
Here,
bunch of
I'll
people.
send you a picture.
Yeah, I want to see. That's wow.
But yeah,
I don't even know what to say. I mean, what a cool piece of history. It's a sad piece of history, but also like what what are we doing? Like what are we I'm not Oh, it is a really cool poster. Oh, such styles. Men, you can't resist them.
and like to
Wow.
think, some of these they're the prices, $3 to $8, $5 to $10, $10, $7. Wow, you spent that much on a hat, which at that time, even now, that's expensive. Like, and then all to by the end of the season, you're smashing them.
Listen,
If you're still wearing them, if you're smart enough to not wear them and keep them for next season.
it's New York in the summer. I'm seeing this now. They're going for similar styles, anywhere from $28 up to I'm seeing $170
Holy shit.
for a straw hat. What the hell? Wow, what a time. Bestie, how'd you find this?
Um, I stumbled across it when I was doing the rabbit attack of Napoleon.
My cousin, this is so funny. So my cousin was listening to our White Death and the Napoleon the Rabbits one, and he's like, "Hey, this reminds me, you guys should cover the Emu Wars." And I was like, "Do I have news for
Funny
you?"
story.
And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yes." And I told him. So anyway, I'm loving this weird history binge. Good find. And good
Yeah,
job.
I've fallen down a very deep black hole of weird history, and I'm so not angry at it at all.
I love it. This is so great. But what a this was a unique episode. I love this. Could you imagine tardigrades wearing tiny straw hats?
Oh, it'd be so cute.
Moss piglets in tiny hats. Oh, I love it. Well, this was a blast. Well done.
Thank you.
As always, Odd Fam, let us know what you think of these topics. If you have any additional weird facts around this, we'd love to hear. And until next time.
Stay strange.